Dude, guys, I got Mike Taylor here today, man. Freaking expert, professional, freaking boarder. What did they call you? Skateboarder?
Skateboarder.
I didn't have a skateboard when I was a kid, man.
You didn't?
No, I had a go-kart.
I never had a go-kart.
You did? No, I had a go-kart, dude, and I couldn't wait to wreck that thing.
Yeah, I think skating now, I think every kid has it, but
yeah.
Not I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, now that you're that much, I'm like 10 years younger than you, but.
Yeah, I wish, dude. I wish I was 35 years old. My God, I'd tear the world up. So look, man, great to have you. I'm a big fan of what you do, you know, and I want to talk to you today about entrepreneurship, skating, the world. We talked a little bit about it in my office. Tell everybody who you are and what you do, because I don't know if my audience knows.
Yeah. So my name's Mikey Taylor. I skateboard. I own a couple of companies, invest in real estate. I'm trying to do stuff that I'm proud of. And
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Thousand Oaks, right outside of LA.
With the rich
County.
people. That's rich people up there.
Yeah, you know what, man? My dad was always the guy who, we were in the nicest neighborhood, but we made the least amount of money. You know, like from a family income, we always made the least, but we were in the nicer neighborhood.
Yeah. So, what's your dad?
He's a photographer, wedding photographer.
Okay, so you consider yourself in the middle class?
We're
Firmly in the middle class. So living a good life, having a car and everything.
Yeah, I think like, gosh, I don't even know what he actually made, but if I were to guess, I think my dad made 130. Yeah. 125, 130.
And mom worked or stayed home?
Stayed home.
Yeah. How many brothers, sisters?
One brother, one sister.
Okay.
And so we were cool. I mean, dude, I never had to worry about. Like I drove my mom's minivan when I was 16. I didn't get my own car, but we had everything we needed.
So you got to go into a school, have everything you need, no threat of anything.
Not really.
So how do you get into skateboarding?
You know, for me, it was like I had a friend that I saw that like I thought he was cool and he had a skateboard, and I just wanted to fit in and do what the cool kids are doing. So I got a skateboard too. And it was the first thing for me that like kind of grabbed me, right? Like I do have like a very like a addictive personality.
Good for you, man.
Right? But
I think that's awesome.
But it didn't last with things, right? Like I would like back then I played baseball. I get super into it for a month, I'd be over it. Then it was like bikes, get super obsessed with it, then over it, right? Skating was the first thing where it kind of consumed my whole world, and then it never stopped.
Why do you think that is?
Because I think it was so hard. I think it's so difficult. And learning, it takes so long to learn that I think like where I wanted to go with it, it just took me 20 years.
Yeah.
You know, I had a problem once I got to that point, and then I started finding myself like struggling with those same issues of like, well, now what, and losing interest almost.
So what is it about the skateboard that is so fascinating in the beginning?
What it was for me is like I'm super competitive, right? But I hate losing because of someone else. It was always a struggle for me. If we were on team sports, somebody lost, I was always like if I lose, I want to lose. I don't know why, but that's how it was for me. So when I started skating,
as opposed to the team losing.
Yeah. And skating was the first thing where it was like it was a competition against myself more so than me competing against someone else, which was the first time I experienced that, and it became this like, how good can I get? How far can I get? It was like a very like. All me type scenario, you know.
So have other like golf's kind of a solo game, right?
Yeah.
Does that have the same?
So I started golfing. Golf's new for me. Right?
Oh, it is.
It's,
okay.
December will be 2 years.
Okay.
Right, and it's the like what it takes to learn golf is very similar to skating, right? Like so skating there's a kick flip, right? So you flip the board one time. That took me 8 months to learn, and I probably tried for 5 hours a day for 8 months to learn it. Right, and that's what we get used to doing to learn something. So then I go into golf, and it's like, okay, hit the ball, hit the ball, hit the ball. It's a very like repetitive and just like do until you figured it out. Right. And so a lot of skaters end up golfing. It really like kind of fits the the skate brain. And
so when did you start thinking about? Are you thinking about playing golf professionally?
No.
Are you any good?
I'm okay. Okay. I've got my handicap down to it's 11-3
Oh, dude, that's
right
awesome.
now.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's
what's your favorite club?
A 7-iron is my favorite.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's like people ask like, oh, you've been playing 2 years. Like, how are you getting so good so fast?
Yeah.
But I think most people learn how to golf or start golfing. It's like they play once every few weeks or once a month.
Right.
Like, dude, I go to the range every morning at like 7:30.
Wow.
You know, so it's like I'm on a path to get good.
You got a different work schedule than I have.
Yeah, I go 7:30 to 8:30, and that's my golf, and then
Okay.
8:30 starts.
Then you work. Okay, so let's go back. I want to go to the skateboard, and then we'll come back to golf and the fun stuff, and maybe we'll get around in somewhere. Maybe I'll come out to Thousand Oaks and play out there where the weather's not so hot. So, so when did you first pick up a skateboard? How old were you? Just to give me.
About to be 14.
Oh wow, so pretty
13.
late. I mean, these
late
kids are picking up 7 and 8 years old.
Really
right?
late. Yeah, I was really late to the game.
Yeah, so you were like an old man when you picked up the skateboard.
Yes, yeah, which was hard, dude. A lot of these kids that start young, it's like skating's like super natural for them. Like,
Yeah.
skating wasn't like I was never like kind of spewing talent. That wasn't it for me. It was more the obsessive part and like the work part of it. But like some of these kids skate like it's just walking.
But Mike, aren't you go by Mike or Mikey? I like Mikey better actually, because I had this guy, I used to call him Mikey. He was one of my best friends growing up.
We'll stick with Mikey.
Okay, Mikey.
Most people call me Mikey.
Yeah. So did you, like, every kid's got obsessions. What makes yours different? Like, why were you more obsessed? And because you said you didn't have the talent.
Well, no. When I say talent, it's a different. I wasn't talented to the point where like I didn't have to try. I had to really work to be good. Where other kids are like it's nothing for them, right? I didn't have that.
But they don't do as much with it either.
But they don't do as much with it.
So why is that?
Oh man, you know I think about this all the time. I'm at the point now, and I'd love to hear your opinion. I think you're born with it. I don't. I try to like have these conversations with people and it. I don't know.
Born with what? The talent or
the obsession or drive or like for me, I've been like that since I was a kid. It wasn't something I learned. I think I learned ways to get better at it or try and like find some type of balance through it. But I've been like that since I was little.
Mikey Taylor's in here with me on Power Players, okay? We're going to be right back, but he's talking about obsession. How can you get yours lit up, tied to your talent, and become an expert at what you do? And stay right with us.
Integrative Communications has been supplying turnkey field mobility solutions since 2004. We've assisted many prestigious customers in providing access to field workers and asset information in real time while reducing mobility costs. We optimize workflows and deploy mission-critical applications. We saved the industry $40 million last year. To learn more, go to icomcorp.com. That's icomcorp.com right now. There's only one person you need to know when it comes to health, fitness, and a better lifestyle. Liz Nierzwicki started her fitness journey at 10, overcame OCD, and is the foremost expert in weight training and dieting. She's the author of the international best-selling Happy, Healthy, Fit, Transform Your Life in 90 Days with the Figure Fit Lifestyle Program. She's also the host of the Figure Fit Life podcast. Liz is there to ensure you achieve your goals in fitness. She knows every movement of the body, every food to eat to get in shape, to achieve your fitness goals. To learn more about Liz, go to liznierzwicki.com. That's liznierzwicki.com right now. This isn't landscape design, this is lifestyle design. Steve Griggs is the best landscaper on the planet and gives you knowledge and data that you can't even find on Google. Featured on Huffington Post, Entrepreneur.com, Grant Cardone TV, Steve Griggs is the entrepreneur built and designed to help you make your home become the lifestyle of your dreams. For more information, visit stevegriggsdesign.com. That's stevegriggsdesign.com. Nico's Computer Engineering is at the front of everything digital and technology. With the most advanced use of Amazon Web Services, artificial intelligence to predict your next sale, learn how to predict what your customers will buy next, learn how to know and automate your whole business so you could do one thing, go make more money. Tim Clark is the guy to know, a thriving entrepreneur and the mastermind behind artificial intelligent sales processes. Get automated, make more money, and grow your business with Nico's. Learn more at nicosce.com. That's nicosce.com right now.
Hey, welcome back to Power Players. Man, you should have seen the break. The break was stupid, okay? Because he asked me, what do you think, Grant? Is it built in, like developed, whatever? I don't know. I know this, it's not, to me, it's not a physical thing.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not just a mental thing. Like, I'm not going to just go in the mirror and talk to myself. I mean, do you talk to yourself in the morning?
No, I've started like meditating.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to talk to myself. I'm just trying to.
You're not when you meditate. You're not trying to convince yourself into something.
No.
You're probably trying to get rid of something.
I'm trying to get out of something. I'm trying to stop the thinking.
Exactly. When I was meditating, I'm like, please go away. Yeah. Please go away. That crazy thought.
I do the same thing.
And I like meditation because it quieted me down. But I never knew when I never knew when it was. What happened was I'd let something go, and then I'd meditate until it came back again.
I know, totally.
And I'm like, God, wait. I want to find that thing. I finally found the thing, by the way, that's a race thing going.
Yeah.
So, and really my development, to building the freaking motivation thing, the obsession thing has been a development thing.
Yeah.
More like from winning.
Yeah.
How much is winning? Because you've done a lot of winning. I mean, tell everybody, how many different gigs have you won?
You know what, man? I feel like I've won a lot, but for me, my problem, man, is it's like I don't know. I don't like we do contests, right?
Yeah.
I'm super competitive, but in skating, I don't know why it was skating. I never gave a shit about winning the contest. I don't know why. I was never the dude that's like, I have to win this contest. For me, it was always like, I want to skate as good as I can possibly skate.
Yeah.
But like it kind of goes back to the talent thing, right? Where it's like I was like, if you compared me to everyone else, I was talent-wise very far from them, right? But if you look,
you mean
my talent
better
compared to like
better
no,
or not?
No, not as good. Like my talent to Paul,
okay,
right? I'd be a 2 to his 10, right? And that was kind of the case for me with a lot of pros. But like I was able to, I have a bigger following than 95% of pro skateboarders.
Yeah,
I made more money than 95%. I was able to just do more with it, being a guy who wasn't as good in my eyes. You know.
Okay, so that's interesting, man.
Yeah.
So why? I mean, do you know? I mean, did you work better deals? Did you want to make money with it? Did you?
I think there's a combination of things, right? I think one, I wanted to make money at it. I wanted to be as big as I could be in skating. But two, skating was like when I decided to be a pro skateboarder, it was a scary. I was scared to do it, right? Not that I couldn't achieve it. That a skate career is a very short career as far as like longevity goes, right? Like if I had a perfect run, I'd be pro for 10 years, and that's considering I don't get hurt or something kind of unexpected.
That's twice as long as the NBA,
right? But it's not as much money. Like you're talking about a pro skateboarder, right?
Yeah. Which
I'd say
what?
90% of them make under 100 grand, 10% make 500 to $1 million, right? And that's a short few that do that.
Right.
But back then it was way smaller than that. So like for me, it was like, okay, if I'm going to do this and I get 10 years, I really need to maximize this and build as much as I can in this so that it can take me to do this.
Yeah.
And
so,
that was
so
always
where did
my
that
plan.
come from? Where did that?
I think that came from like prior to me wanting to be a pro skateboarder. I had a goal or a vision of what I wanted to accomplish. And when I started skating, I looking at it going, this isn't going to get me there, just this. Like I love doing this, but like I'm going to have to use this to like kind of as a stepping stool to the next thing. I can't finish my end game with this.
Yeah, but is that kind of economic math, that formula you're doing in your mind?
I think so.
Is that because you were brought up in Thousand Oaks and you're surrounded by beautiful homes and golf courses and wealth? And I mean, there's a lot of wealth there.
There is.
You get to look at.
There is. I don't know why, man. You know what?
Are your brother and sister like that?
No, totally different. Completely different. My sister's like a very like creative and like loves her life and doesn't need anything to love it, right? We're so different.
Never understand those people.
Yeah, it's just so different.
Happy.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, seriously.
Yeah,
like she does yoga and she's into like clean eating, and her husband's a teacher, and they love their life. They go to the beach. It's a different. Yeah. It's just not me.
Yeah.
Right.
And your brother?
My brother, hard run, mental illness, addiction.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He, it happened so young that I don't know what he would have been without that.
Yeah.
You know. But like even my dad was more of a passion guy. My mom's an art. My whole family's creatives. I don't
You're
really have someone.
You're the freak.
Kind of. Yeah, kind of. So it's weird. I don't know. I mean, dude, I think about it all the time, man. Like I try to
You think about what all the time?
Why I'm like this. Why I think the way I do. Why I do the things I do.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with you, bro.
No, I know. It's not. It's not. It's not a problem thing. I'm just curious about it.
Yeah, no, but I always felt like because what I was in environments where like, dude, why do you want so much? why aren't you happy? It was always, what's wrong with you? Like you were telling me about the culture of skating, that this environment is very anti almost success.
Totally.
Is that hard to live in when you're a guy in a body that's like, dude, I want to be successful?
Yeah, it's totally hard to live. Yeah, I felt like I had to live two different lives almost. It was tough, you know. But it wasn't till later where I became more comfortable talking to them about it. To where now it's like a reverse. Like a lot of these guys now look up to me for like guidance or help or I don't know if I want to use inspiration, but kind of looking at what I'm doing that you can do more beyond skating, right? That's recent. The 10 years before that, I was
whacked.
quiet, dude. I was super quiet.
What
I even fell victim to it though.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
like everything, like I had to like really, I had like a full life moment where I was like, I didn't like who I was, right? And I fell victim to this negative, I'd meet anyone I met, dude, he doesn't know what he's talking, he doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like it was so like we hate everything that like I found myself going, why? Like why do I hate everything? I'm so blessed. Why am I so negative, right? And I had to spend a lot of time getting out of that kind of culture or kind of that thought process.
How'd you do that?
You know what, man? I was walking home from it was a Christmas party for a shoe sponsor. I'm walking home from the party to our hotel with like 20 people, and I'm trailing behind. It was like 2 a.m, and all of a sudden I just stopped. I don't know what it was, right? I just stopped and basically sat on the curb, and it was like the most like self-reflecting moment. It felt like God just went, check yourself, and I'm sitting on the curb crying, going, I hate my life.
Wow.
Like, and my life was
how old
amazing.
were you when this happened?
I was 26.
Professional skateboarder.
Right? I had everything. Professional skateboarder.
Making money.
Totally. Nothing to complain about at all.
Yeah.
And I just didn't, I sat on that curb going, this isn't who I'm supposed to be.
Right.
Like, I do not like myself. And that was the beginning of me basically working on becoming the person I want to be as opposed to being the guy I didn't. And that's, dude, it's been 10 years and I work on it every day.
So what did you start doing? Like you didn't leave
in the beginning
game.
it was a game. For me it was a game, right? It was like if something bad happened to me, I tried to find the way to look at the positive.
Flipping the board.
Exactly, right? And that was kind of my first way to look at it. And then it became like if you know, like if somebody did something like wrong to me, it was like I took my first reaction to it, took a pause, reflected, and then decided how to react instead of like spitting out the first thing that hit me, right? And then it just turned into now it's more of a, like I have like a morning routine now that I feel like really helps me get to the point I need to get to be that person, right? And it's more like, you know, it's not big things, I don't think, but in the morning, it's like I write down 5 things I'm thankful for, write 5 goals. It's just like things that like constantly keep my mind off of what I don't like and on the things that I think I need to be thankful for.
So tell me more about the morning ritual. Everybody asks me, hey, what's your morning? What do you do in the morning?
What do I do?
No, but I get asked this question. There's tremendous interest in the morning ritual.
Yeah. So for me, I wake up, walk downstairs. I get up at about 5:30, make a cup of coffee, and I do like a devotion. I'm trying to read the Bible in a year right now.
Okay.
Right. So I'm on day 245.
Wow, that's awesome.
Right. So I start with 30 minutes of reading this app, and then it's like a 10-minute devotional. And then I put that down and I do basically 5 things I'm thankful for and then 5 goals. And then I go in and do yoga for about 45 minutes. I do a 15-minute meditation, and then I go up and wake up the kids. Bring them down, I make breakfast, take them to school, and then I leave. Go hit balls for about 30 minutes, and then I'm off to work.
Yeah, you got a lot done in 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, is that 5:30 to what? When are the kids?
I wake up the kids at 7:30. So it's 2 hours, wake up the kids, drop them off at 8.
Like, so if I'm looking into your life, I'm like, that dude got more done in 2 hours, wrote your goals down, grateful, Bible, meditation, yoga, and some golf, and dropped the kids off. That's full life right there.
Yeah.
You know, why do other people not like get that much done in a short period of time? Because to me, that gives Mikey a lot of momentum going into the rest of the day.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think about that a lot, actually. I'm sure it could be a handful of things. One, I think it could be fear. I think a lot of people are scared to fail or scared to do something that might not work, right? So it kind of stops them from even implementing anything. I think there's a handful of people that think it's bullshit, tell you the truth, because I was one of them.
Nothing works.
Like the people that were like,
they're just skeptics.
Yeah, and I was one of those people. It's like the guys who are like, oh, it's mindset, and dude, I would have called bullshit on that 6 years ago for sure. Back to that skate brain, right? Yeah. But that's been one of the things that like skate truly, brain. Right, has like kind of changed my life. It's been so instrumental in me like being on this path and being proud and moving forward, as opposed to not doing it. That like, I think that's a part of it for people. Skeptic, but I would say fear. I think most people are stopped by fear, if you ask me.
Power player Mikey Taylor, we come back from break. He's going to talk to us about the transition, and I'm going to figure out what this cat's going to do next, because I know it's going to be something exciting. Hey, I'd love to have you be a power player in our show one day. Think about that. Think about what you would come and talk about. We'll see you in 1 minute.
Wealth Dynamics is an independent wealth creation firm. We have products and services that help you make money, keep money, and multiply money. You cannot build wealth without doing all three of these things. We save our clients 25% on debt, insurance, taxes, and investment fees, increase income by 30%, guarantee tax-free liquid savings with cash flow banking, and secure 8 to 10% fixed annual returns on your investments without Wall Street. On average, we can do this in the first 90 days of working with you. Simply schedule a free consultation with a wealth coach. Our services often cost you nothing more than what you're already spending. Go to wealthdynamics.com/contact to schedule your free consultation. Growing your future, protecting your past. J.D. Frost & Company, PLLC, is a public accounting firm. Offers a variety of assurance and tax services to businesses and individuals in the Chattanooga and surrounding areas. We focus on construction and manufacturing industries. Our primary objective is client satisfaction through excellent customer service. Work with the best. We are accredited by the BBB. This is J.D. Frost & Company for a full suite of tax assurance and management accounting services. Visit us right now at frostcpas.com. When your advert has captured your prospect's attention, the last thing you want is to lose the momentum of the sale. Maybe they fill out your web form. More likely, they'll leave, looking for online reviews or prices. Just like that, the moment has passed and you've lost your chance. That's why our trademark click-to-call ads let prospects call you right from within the ad. It takes just one click. Your ad can be placed across the entire web on any relevant website or any site your prospect goes once they leave your site. From Bloomberg.com to eBay, from MSN to Yahoo News, your ad can run anywhere. Instead of a normal banner ad, we display a video. Once you grab attention, a call button lets prospects phone straight through to your dealership. Don't leave your prospects hunting for a pen or trying to write down your dealership's phone number or switching apps while your ad plays. Make it easy for your customer to phone you. Let them simply click the call button and be instantly connected to your sales team. Go to rtb.cat and sign up for our banner upgrade request right now.
Hey, welcome back to Power Players. I have Mikey Taylor in the room with me. This dude, I tell you, man, this is one of my most fascinating interviews ever because he's talking about a culture that he's stuck in. Well, you're not stuck in it, but you want to just talk about the skate brain and the negativity and
Sure.
You're the good guy in the sport, or not the good guy, but
The more normal kid.
yeah, you're a father, married.
Yeah. So,
and how hard that is, being that guy.
So to kind of put it in perspective, skateboarding as a whole, it's like, dude, we're competing with trends and like what's cool and what's its vibe, and so it's like you get so used to like, I'm the shit, everything's whack unless like it's us doing it, and it just is it's just more of a negative look, man, you know, and I got consumed in that, right? I rode for this company, Alien Workshop, and it was the coolest company, right? It had like the most eccentric skaters on it. They were like, they were just very unique, right? But they hated everything.
Yeah.
You know, and I was younger, and like I just kind of wanted to be like them, and got caught in looking at the world in that way, right? And that's kind of when I went through that transition of like trying to get out of it. Yeah. And dude, it was scary at first. It was scary, like thinking about how my peers were gonna react to it. And even when I was on that company, right? Like so much of their image or what they were marketing was like people with like kind of problems and like antisocial, and I was like the normal one, right? And they didn't want me on the team because I was more normal.
Wow.
It was like a power struggle almost. And then Rob Dyrdek.
But dude, isn't your deal more like endorsement friendly? Like, is endorsements a big
Endorsements are how we get paid.
Yeah.
But it's not like a normal athlete's endorsements. Like these are skate brands endorsing us, and they want that vibe. It's what works in skating,
because they're going for that 19-year-old.
It's Supreme, right?
What does that mean?
Supreme's basically started as a skate shop.
Okay.
It became this like clothing brand. They just sold half of it for I think 500 million. So 50%. The most successful skate.
Which is edgy and dark and
it's totally super edgy, you know.
Well,
and that's just what works. That's what works in skating, right? So when you're just like, it's just like it's a normal. Like, dude, I was married at 27. I have 2 kids. It's just it's a little different.
How old are the kids?
3, and my oldest turned 6 in September.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah,
they're a lot of fun, right?
super fun. Yeah.
So where does a guy that's a skateboarder? I mean, what's the most money you made in a year?
Skateboarding, including royalties.
Yeah, everything.
The most money I ever made.
When I talk about money, I talk about it.
No, it's fine. I don't mind.
If I find a penny, I'd add it to my total.
So the most I ever made skating with endorsements and royalty was probably, I don't know, I think my biggest year was probably 450.
Yeah.
Was my biggest year.
Okay.
That lasted for 3 years.
At least he answers the question. I got guys in here who won't tell me what they make. I'm like.
So basically I had 3 years of a shoe that sold really well. So I had 3 years where it was actually the last 3 years of me being pro. That was the most I ever made. If you probably averaged it out over my 15-year career, it was probably 140 was probably average throughout the whole thing.
So what are you doing now? Because I know that you're a big entrepreneur guy. You know, I know you're doing a podcast right now about making transitions in entrepreneurship and how to make it on your own. What is Mikey going to do going forward? Because you can't skate forever.
No. So knowing how much a pro skateboarder makes, right? 150, it's not enough for me to, when I'm done with skating. Right. So when I was,
dude, how do guys even make it?
They don't. The majority of them go and work for the company that they once rode for,
right?
Or go work in the warehouse
and reminisce about the days.
Yeah. So basically, like
skated.
the normal path for a skateboarder is this window is the most money you're ever going to make, and then you're going to downsize for the rest of your life. That's the majority.
Down to what? Like, what's he going to end up making? 40 grand a year, 50 grand,
anywhere
60
from
grand?
40 to maybe on the higher end 100.
Yeah.
40 to 100, right?
If he's lucky.
If you're lucky, yeah. Yeah, it's a major downside, right? So it's like, and when I was 18, I didn't know what I was going to be able to do, right? So I was on that same path. This might be the most money I ever make. And to me, I always tried to live well below what I was making so that I could take all that money I could save and make as much as I possibly could off it. That was my play, right? If this is going to be the most money I ever make, I need to build as much passive as I can during that window. And that was my play to get through it in the beginning. Right, that's why I started investing in storage units. We were talking about, and then
real estate. This guy's a real estate tycoon right here.
I love it.
And he loves it too.
I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah.
So that was my original path. Is like, dude, this is going to be how much I make. Let's make as much passive. So if I lose my sponsors, I'm not in this like, holy shit, I need to make $1 tomorrow. I need to go call my sponsor and ask if I have a job. I didn't want to do that. So that was my original plan. And then I started going down this path of like, I got my own shoe, where it was the first time I was introduced to any type of control on what I wanted in a product, right? And then I became very obsessed with me wanting to create the vision or the tools to help me get where I wanted to go. And so I started brands. And we started a backpack company, a skateboard company, a clothing brand. We did a craft brewery in San Diego. That's actually where I made, that's the most money I've ever made outside of skateboarding, was with the brewery. We ended up selling it.
What would that sell for?
We sold it for a little north of 50, like about 60.
Okay. 60 million, everybody, just so you know,
Yeah, it was.
You had some partners?
Yeah, so I had two. So it was me and 2 of my friends who co-founded it. Paul, which was like my childhood best friend, and Josh was a surf filmmaker at the time. So we started it. We had to raise money to do it, and we had never been part of a capital raise, right? So we just wrote down a list of anybody that we knew that we thought could give us money.
Wow.
Right? And so I wrote down my list, and I'm looking at it, it's like, it's all pro skaters and surfers, and right? So we were like,
it was your network.
It was my network, and we went, dude, all the money that we're gonna get, like these guys have a huge following. Like we have an investor and a marketing play all in one.
Right.
And we kind of stepped into this. This was 2011, And so we basically marketed the whole brand on Instagram. We had no real traditional marketing.
Dude, that's
and
amazing.
it blew up, right? It was like part of our story. And
what'd you raise?
Our first raise was 2.5.
And how did you know how to raise money? Like, or not how to raise, but to create the instrument.
So my two partners that I'm involved in with real estate now helped me set that up.
Oh, and what was that? Is that a Reg D? Is it a?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they helped us set everything up, and we were kind of on our way. And I mean, dude, we fucked up a lot.
Yeah.
There was a lot of like mistakes, but
everybody did good though, right?
Everyone did really well. Yeah, investors did really well. The majority of them were my friends, which was awesome. It kind of gave like a, for skaters, like it's not normal to invest, right? And they did so well with this in such a short amount of time that it created like a false reality of what an investment looks like. Right. Like you usually don't get an 11-time multiple in 3 years. Right. On something like that, a startup with a skater and a surf filmer. Yeah.
So they all went out and tried to do it themselves?
No, now they just invest. Like somebody's like, hey, I'm raising money to do this. Boom, there you go. Like no questions, But yeah, so we did that.
Yeah, the good score, man.
Yeah, it was cool. And then I took the majority of the money I made in that all back in real estate.
So talk about the real estate stuff you're doing, because you actually do a segment of real estate that I've always had tremendous interest in, even though it's boring as shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, totally. So basically I had my main sponsor, it was DC, and I had a 3-year contract with them. Last February I got a call, I just had surgery, right? Just we were talking about surgery. I'm sitting on the couch and I get a call, and basically they found a clause in my deal to terminate my contract with 2 years left as I'm sitting on the couch.
So DC can terminate.
They found, so they terminated my deal overnight, right? So I'm looking at going, I have 2 years, I'm gonna have surgery, I'll skate for 2 more years, I'll use that final year to transition, and I get a call and you have no income coming in, right?
Wow.
Overnight.
Wow.
So I found.
How long ago was
this? Was last February.
Okay.
Last March. So it's been a year
So
now.
the transition, you were already mentally though,
Yes, I was mentally
and
on
they just did it
but
for
I
you.
had a little bit of, and it actually ended up being a big blessing.
Yeah.
But I thought I had a runway to build it, but it kind of helped out that they threw me out and it was like sink or swim, right? But basically I'm going through this transition, I get this call, and I had prepared so much for the financial side of it, so I wasn't fucking
overwhelmed by it.
Yeah, I didn't prepare for the emotional at all. Zero, right? So that's what hit me, So it was like this emotional roller coaster that I was going through, and I get a call from another pro skateboarder, and he was like, dude, so what's it like on the other side? We're all scared of the other side, So he calls me and asks, and I basically told him, I'm like, dude, like emotionally, it's fucked. Like it's gnarly, right? And he was like,
because you're not a boarder anymore.
No,
you're
Tommy, dude, identity, purpose, ego, all of it, right? So he goes, no, not the emotional shit. Like,
the money.
Are you good? That was what you're so scared about, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay right now. And he goes, dude, that's amazing. You're like the exception to the rule.
Totally, man.
Right?
Totally.
So it kind of hit me to go, holy shit, I am the exception to the rule. Most of these guys aren't going to go through this transition, which is already one of the hardest things I've ever gone through. And that's what made me want to create an opportunity to help them instead of it just being this, I'm doing this for me.
And
so that's why I really started getting into it.
I tell people, hey man, look, you're going to have drama in your life. Don't have financial drama.
No, I know.
Because his drama of losing like your title, it was going to come anyway.
Totally.
You knew it was coming,
Yeah.
right? But when it comes, it hits hard. It's like, losing a family member. I'm sure it's like it's really difficult.
Totally.
So what do you do? Talk about the storage a second. When you buy storage, what is storage? Explain to everybody what storage is.
So we do basically storage units. So you have all these basically little garages that people go and store their stuff in, and they pay a monthly fee. Yeah, they pay a monthly fee to basically us to hold their stuff.
Yeah.
Right? And it's a very, the overhead's very, very small. And it's a high cash flowing kind of asset class.
Yeah.
And that one was, dude, I'm 18. The first one was brought to me at 18, right? And I'm like, I don't know how this works. I don't know anything about it, but you're going to give me, at the time it was like 7%.
Yeah.
I was like, good. There you go. I need 7%, and I need it to continue for the next 15 years, right? And then it ended up being 9 projects. Yeah, we still own all the projects. It's been an incredible blessing for me, especially going through this transition.
So it's a piece of land. There's either a box already on it, or you guys put a box on it.
Yep.
And then there's a bunch of storage units. Everybody's seen a storage unit. What do they call it? U storage.
Yeah, they're all over the place. It's like Cube
Yeah.
Smart, U
Yeah,
Storage,
yeah.
Hollywood Storage. There's a lot of them, yeah.
Why do people, because I know when we moved from LA to Miami, first thing we did was we got a storage place.
Yeah.
Put all this stuff from LA in the storage, got a condo, what was half the size of the house I had. That shit, junk, garbage is still in the storage.
Yeah, I know, it's
5
insane.
years later, I've been paying for this 60 months. I don't know what I pay, 45 or 145 or, I don't even know what's in there.
$100, yeah.
Huh?
It's probably somewhere around $100, I imagine.
Yeah. I don't know what's in there. I haven't been back to it. And I'll probably keep doing that because I forget about it. Why do people do that? I mean, it seems dumb to pay to store stuff.
I know. I think it's like sentimental value or like the fear of like getting rid of something. I don't know. Me personally, man, like I don't need anything.
You don't have anything at your storage?
No. I don't have anything at my storage. And to tell you the truth, I don't have that many like material items that like I truly care about enough to hold. Me personally.
Yeah.
My wife, different conversation.
Yeah.
Right? Which probably plays a big part of it.
Yeah. So what is important to Mikey Taylor?
Oh man, what's important to me, I think, dude, first and foremost for me, it's like I'm raising 2 little girls.
Yeah.
Right? So I would say the most important thing is for me to give them a vision of what a man should look like so that when they get married,
I love that.
they know what a good relationship looks like, which kind of in turn means on my relationship with my wife and being a good husband. That's probably my first focus, I think, or my kind of highest priority, I think.
Yeah, I love that.
And then,
you worry about the girls growing up, dude?
of course. I mean, you have 2 girls.
Yeah, totally.
Of course.
I always think about them, they're 9 and 7. I think about them being freaking 19 and 17.
Yeah. I mean, dude, you're in Miami too. Like, we were walking by, like, the girls you see out here, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And
So
I remember
think that's-
how I was as a kid, as a boy. So
Yeah. So I think that's probably most important for me. I do want to I have a view or a vision of like what I want to accomplish.
what's that look like?
You know what? It's hard to say. I know like you're really big. I've read all your books. I know you're really big on like knowing exactly what you want.
No, I mean, not
right?
exactly. But
For me, it's the ceiling. Like I've always wanted to get to the ceiling of something.
Yeah.
And with
That's going to be
skating-
depressing.
I did it in skating and it hurt.
Yeah.
It actually hurt.
Look what I just said. I said, that's going to be depressing. As soon as I said it, he's like, oh yeah, it hurt bad.
It hurt. It sucks. It actually really sucks.
And you guys that are watching this right now, if you really understand what he just said, what that interaction that he and I just had about hitting a ceiling and being depressed by it.
Yeah. It's brutal.
Yeah.
It's brutal. I thought it was the coolest thing. It
Yeah.
sucked. And
Yeah.
that's actually one of the most exciting things for me in real estate now moving forward. And we're not dude, you're here, I'm here. We're not at the same place, but I love looking up going, shit, I don't know how far it is up.
Yeah.
That's for me. It's like,
Yeah.
I want to get to the top, but dude, in real estate, man, I don't know where the top is.
Yeah.
You might know. I can't even see it, man.
No, there's no top, bro. It's just,
And so I
keep
just
reaching,
that's
man.
what I want. I just want to keep. For me, I think my goal is to always move. I always need to move forward.
Yeah.
I can't do not only is it very hard for me moving down, to being stagnant is
Yeah.
it hurts me.
it sounds to me like you really dig learning the tricks,
I love it.
right?
love it.
Because you talked about the board. What's it called?
Kickflip.
The kickflip. I mean, you spend 8 months on a kickflip, dude, 5 hours a day. I mean, you're committed to conquering something.
Yeah.
Mike Taylor, power player, conqueror of the universe. This guy, how much storage would you like to have? How many square feet do you have now? Or how many units? How do you count it? Units or?
They count it square footage.
Okay.
Crap, dude, to tell you the truth, I don't know offhand.
Yeah, you need to know that.
I do. I know it's 8 properties.
Total value of those 8 properties.
Dude, total value, it's getting up there. I would say we're getting close to about 200.
Dude,
I would
that's
say.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
200 MCs.
Yeah.
For you guys that can't, y'all think about 200.
Yeah, so
And you
but
don't
this
know
has been
what
a
goes
this has
behind
been a
it.
10-year
You're so
run.
humble. This dude's so humble too. Real humility right here. Not some of this fraudulent humility I get from some of these guests.
What do you mean?
They pour on the humble bullshit, dude, just to win over fans. You got it. You that's probably why you got so many fans. I, on the other hand, I don't know how to do that.
I think he's a good guy.
I am a good guy, but I don't know how to play the game. This has been my awkwardness in my whole life. I've always kind of been outcast.
So what is it for you? Is it like people love you or hate you? Is there
Yeah.
a
Oh,
middle?
totally. They either love me because they're like, oh, dude, I totally get who this dude is. But really, a majority of people don't get me. You know, they don't get.
Is it a certain person? So, dude, this might be a full fucking tangent, right?
Yeah.
So I took this personality test.
I think you're interviewing me now.
Right? It might switch for a little bit.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I took
yeah.
this personality test,
Yeah,
right? Like a very in-depth personality
yeah.
test. It was like a 25-page
I've done
report and a 60-minute debrief call, right? And it basically showed, you know, not only why I make decisions, but what I need to hear and what I don't need to hear when somebody's talking to me, what type of personalities I work with, what I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd be curious to know what type of personality doesn't work with you. Because for me, on my end, dude, before I even met you, this is our first time meeting in person, dude, I've been such a big fan because your personality really attracts, like I love that you're just like, this is who I am, I'm fun, I'm all unapologetic, but this is me. And I really like that.
Yeah, thanks.
But that's not me though,
Yeah.
right? Like I'm more,
Well, you're very paced. But you have to be.
yeah, but I'm attracted to like I love like me, dude. Just so you know, I love people like you. Like I have like a handful of friends that like I just love hanging out with them. Their stories are great. They're like just a lot of energy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just awkward, dude. It's like, you know, it's just I didn't grow up with a lot of you know, social skills. You know, so it was like I was scared. Like when you walked in, I'm doing that deal, right? Dude, I'm scared in all these deals. And then you're like, oh, you never look scared.
No, I was actually
And
like,
I'm like, dude, I'm scared all the time. I don't know what I'm doing, right? So if you don't know what you're doing, you can't practice a real estate deal for 8 months.
no, you can't.
5 hours a day.
Yeah, I'm actually on the same page as you.
You're in it.
Yeah.
You're in the deal. People are asking you questions. You don't have time to go practice the kickflip.
Yeah.
See, you know what I'm saying?
I do.
You're in the game.
I totally
You're
agree.
in the game already, so people are asking you stuff. It's like you said, hey, man, you know, I said, man, I've done $1 billion worth of deals, and when they say, we got to do a title search, I still don't know what that means, right? Now.
Yeah, but there's humility in that though as well. Like you're saying you're not humble. You being comfortable saying like I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I don't know if you give yourself enough credit.
Because it's a bizarre thing when you tell somebody, hey, I'm buying a piece of real estate. It's $168 million.
Yeah, no, I know.
And
I'm buying a $7 million property. You're buying such a big
matter.
one.
Even $7 million, right? Whatever. Yeah. Like you're buying $7 million, and then you're going to tell somebody, but I don't know what that means. They're like, well, okay, is he an idiot? You know what I'm saying? It's a weird kind of mesh. And I think you're going to do awesome in real estate. And you got a podcast. Tell me about your podcast.
Yeah, so we actually just launched it. We launched the first one last week, and it's all on entrepreneurship and brand building, and kind of like for me, like it's like what we talked about with skaters, right? They don't believe or even like think like doing something else is maybe not achievable, cool, whatever it is, right? So I kind of wanted to create a platform that could show them this is possible and these are what people have done to do it, and just maybe like help or like start like the new spark.
Check out his podcast, folks. Okay, look, people need it, man. You got friends that are. I mean, the skateboard world's what age? From
how old is it?
No. What's the age group?
Probably 13 to 22 is probably
turn everybody 13 to 22. Make a list. Turn them on the podcast. They need to hear something, right? If all they're hearing is everything's what?
Whack.
Grant Cardone's whack.
Come on.
10X's whack. Money's whack. Dude, everything can't be whack. Until you're whack.
That's true. I did get a handful of people that I think work for you, 2 guys, that DM me. And they're like, hey, dude, I heard you're coming into the office. Like, I've followed your skaters.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Which is cool.
That's awesome. Appreciate you coming in.
I appreciate you, too.
Appreciate it. Let me know if I can ever help you on a real estate deal.
Really appreciate that.
This guy raises money, by the way. He's got a
we have a Reg D offer. It's a 506C.
He's got a Reg D offer. So for accredited, if you're an accredited investor and you want to invest in storage, I can put you in contact with him. And he's doing great things. I know he's going to do even bigger things. I'm going to have you back here when you hit 70 million.
I appreciate that.
Estate, okay?
I appreciate that.
And no, you're $200 million worth of real estate.
Well, that's
right
the second fund. This is a new fund.
Okay.
So the last fund was, for me personally, investing.
Yeah.
This one, I'm a manager with my 2 partners, and this is a new fund.
Oh, you were investing in the first fund.
First one I was investing.
Now
Second one, I'm a partner in the management of the fund.
This dude's a winner, baby. Stick with the winners, man. Like anybody that'll spend 5 hours a day for 8 months working on a damn, what do you call it?
Kickflip.
Kickflip. I don't think I could do a kickflip. My ankles are fucked up, dude. My shoulders are jacked right now. My goddamn hips are thrown out. I got all kind of issues, but you know what? I'm just gonna keep cracking on this body for the next 30 years. Hey, thanks for watching today. I look forward to when you're sitting where Mikey's sitting and you have something to share with your audience because you're empowered too. Thanks for watching.
Producers and creators are the sources of all value on the planet. MC Lobster, the host of the top-rated business and investing podcast Cashflow Ninja, is on a mission with Producers Wealth to help producers create, protect, and multiply their wealth outside of Wall Street in any economy by creating systems and processes that help them increase their production, provides them with liquidity, passive income generators, and opportunities for enormous growth. Learn more about their time-tested and proven systems at yourownbankingsystem.com. That's yourownbankingsystem.com.
This will be our third fund. It's a $40 million fund. So we're giving people a chance now to say, hey, I want to be involved in big, giant real estate deals that pay money. These are deals that are doing anywhere from 160 to 200% returns. You put $1 million into a deal and you're coming out with $2 to $3 million, but it's going to take 10 years. This is not get rich quick, okay? If you're taking notes, write this down. Don't do the get rich quick, man. Go for the get rich for sure. I don't need to get rich quick. I want to get rich for sure. So I'm going to go from 4,000 units. How many do you think I should go to? I'm going to go to 40,000 units. This is what I'm going to do, and this is why I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to 40,000 units, and I'm going to get the whole world involved in it. You're either going to invest with me, or you're going to actually help me raise these funds. Okay, so when you see me on social media talking about other stuff, anything that you see me talking about, what I'm doing is building an audience so I can allow people to get in a vehicle to where everybody gets rich. Because let me tell you something, if you want to make happy customers for life, make them money.